Good morning and welcome to lovely Abu Dhabi. My name is Dave Crane and I hope I'm late today. I know I'm late. That's because I'm not at home. Normally, around about this time, I'm in the kitchen making Maya's lunch and a breakfast, but today I'm not. I'm in a different place. Have a look around. It's nice, isn't it? I'm in the Southern Sun Hotel in Abu Dhabi. Look at this. How cool is this? 5-star, beautiful. Look at that. Little tour of duty. Gorgeous bathroom. It's got one of those showers here, which makes it look like it's raining. See those? Really cool, like that well. And obviously, right, enough said about that room. So, why are we here? Why am I here? Well, very simply, I want to share with you a couple of things that I think will be interesting about how to become recession-proof. Now, normally, entertainers, people working in my industry, talk about this time of year when it's the summer or it's Ramadan, and they say, oh, you know, the business is closed down, it's become really quiet. Strangely enough, I'm working my socks off, back to back. Here I am in Abu Dhabi. I'm just about to train the managers, regional managers of the Southern Suns hotels from right across Africa, Tanzania, Mozambique, Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, a ton of really smart people. And they're looking at the industry, how to reinvent themselves and how to make it even better for this year. Now these are things that you need to be looking at as well. I'll share with you some wonderful tips and ideas in the next few minutes. Make a note of them or watch the video again. Make sure you share it with your team, share it with your friends, or just keep it to yourself as a little secret and don't tell anybody at all. It's completely up to you. So, as far as business goes, today I'm in Abu Dhabi. This weekend I'm in Mauritius, hosting the World Club 10s Rugby Championship with Andy Mavis, my very good friend Andy Mavis. We're going to be over there in Mauritius. And when I come back, as soon as the whistle blows on the very last game, I go straight to the airport, back to Dubai. I've got an event team waiting for me in Dubai. So how can I get myself so busy? I'm going to share exactly with you how it's done. First of all, in a recession, everyone clamps down. They go really quiet and they say, you know what? Things are tough. Our competition's finding it tough. And the market's not the same as it used to be. So what? What are you going to do? Lie down, cry, complain about everything? Well, if you do, you're missing a massive opportunity. Because guess what? It's the same for everybody. Everybody's going through the same process as you. But like Darwin's theory of evolution, only the strong will survive. So let everybody else. I mean, literally, look at any industry where we talk about restaurants, hair, nails, oil, gas, airlines. Some of them will not be able to deal with what's happening right now. Bye! See you! That's not an excuse for you to feel the same way. What you've got to do is reinvent yourself. Now, reinvention is always a good time because right now, when there's a relative downturn in the industry and in the world, it's all perception in your head. Don't see it as a downturn, see it as an opportunity to reinvent and improve. And make sure you spread that word to everybody. Rather than looking at all the tough times and all the things that are difficult, what you should be doing instead is sharing with everybody your successes. Tell them about how good things are for you. Tell them why they should be looking at you rather than your competitors when it comes to doing business for the coming month, year, or even beyond. They need to settle themselves with people that give them certainty. Let them know that whatever's going to happen, you will look after them. So how do you start? Well, simple things. Look at your team. Are they on track? Do they understand what it takes to make success for you? If they don't, maybe they need some training. Maybe you need a motivational speaker. Hi. Or maybe you need to turn around and say, look, this is the deal, guys. It's going to get tougher. You're either on board or you're not. If you're thinking you can do better, then maybe it's time to go. I'm not being horrible, but let's face it, it's time to look at your costs and look at the way that your business runs. Not streamlining necessarily, but being smart about how you do it. In the same way, being smart also means looking at your website. How many companies deal with millions of dollars and they haven't even got their website ready because it's under construction? You've got to work it out. Now, when it comes to actually working out how you get found online, you need to contact a company that does all that stuff for you. If you spend all this time working on it yourself, you'll never ever be able to get it right. Hello to Ali, by the way, in Dubai. And I was just about to mention, if you want a company that's going to look at your website, look at your reach online, because online is virtually free in comparison to TV, magazines, and newspapers. That's old media. It has some relevance, but there's nothing compared to finding people on your phone while you're in a coffee shop or chatting to people or even just chilling out on the beach. If you can search for the stuff that you want on your phone, why would you go for a big TV? So contact a company like Be First. Go online, Google them. Contact my friend Ali and say, look, my business is doing okay, but I want it to do better. And when you start talking to people like that, what they'll do is their job. Now, I know you're thinking, no, I should do it. Why? You get paid a certain rate to do what you do, so do that very well. I get paid a certain rate to be a motivational speaker, or to train people, or to host big events. If I have a leak in my house, under the sink, am I going to learn to be a plumber? No, I'll hire a plumber. Is it expensive? I don't know, but it's a lot more expensive to get covered in muck and take a day off work and concentrate on something that I've got no interest in doing and I'm probably not very good at, and I might end up having to call in a plumber anyway. Bring in experts like Be First, like Ali, who incidentally is a Google partner spending 1 million dirhams with Google every month. Do you think he knows what he's talking about? You're online and about creating those ads, about getting your reputation to the people you want to reach? Of course. So go to experts in the field like that. When it comes to any area of your business, it's a great opportunity to talk to your customers. Sit down, talk to your rivals, talk to your competition, find out what they're pricing in the industry, and maybe make a decision that you're going to put a level so people don't try and undercut each other. You undercut yourself to try and get the business, and you'll never be able to raise your price up again because people won't respect you. Even if you're starting off and you're doing stuff relatively free, make sure that there's a level of perception of value. So say, yes, we'll do it for free for you, but we'd normally charge $5,000. So what I want from you is $5,000 in goodwill or barter or exchange of services, or you owe me $5,000. Let them know what the pricing is. Don't do it for free. Don't drop your prices. In fact, if you want to look at the smart way of doing it, look at companies like Waitrose. Waitrose, big supermarket, make lots of very expensive but very good quality gear, food for the family. What do? The downturn, they suddenly turn around and say, right, we're going to charge you even more for a special service. And what do? They boost their target and they boost their market by 13%, just by saying there's a more expensive product if you can afford it. There are plenty of people who can afford it. Trust me, lots of people out there have money. The smart airlines like Emirates Airlines, when they find out that there's a downturn and everyone's slowing down, what do? They buy more planes because it's not going to last forever. None of this is forever. But the difficulty is you have to believe that it's going to get better. And you've got to blank out all the bad stuff in your head and say, I'm going to make sure that this is going to be fine. Let me show you something. We're looking out the window here. This, if you can see it properly, is the gorgeous Abu Dhabi. Look at that. How nice is Abu Dhabi right now? And the construction's going on, if you can see down there. Construction going on right across in the UAE. Why would they do that? Everyone's talking about oil prices being difficult. Why is it going to be so difficult to do? Because they know it's not going to last forever. Do they have money? Yes, they do. But from my experience of being here 22 years, they'd still go ahead and invest anyway. That's what you need to be thinking about. Look at your online. Look at your website. Look at your relationship with your customers. Make bold statements about how you're going to work with them. Use the time to meet with them. Create a relationship. Get onto your list of old customers and say, I'm still alive. What can we do to improve our relationship? Think about what they bought from you before and start with that. What most people do is they end up wasting so much money on, on marketing to new markets, new industries, instead of leaving so much money on the table with existing customers. If somebody's already bought from you, is there a good chance that they're going to buy from you again? Yes, unless you've done a rubbish job. So rather than spending all that money going, right, we need new people, go back to them and upsell. Very simply, if you look at the fast food industry, how does McDonald's make so much money? They turn around to you and they say, look, would you like to upgrade that? Would you like to upstep it? Would you like to get more on top of it? And if you go, okay, they instantly make money from you just saying, yeah, okay, I'll have some extra fries or a bigger Coke or whatever it is. Have a system put into your pricing so you can help people to upgrade what they do with you. Maybe have a level where it's an entry level. Maybe look towards doing some inbound marketing. So not only do you start a relationship going with them, but you make it automatic. So as it progresses, they do more and more business with you, and it's targeted, but the system is set up to look after it while you sleep. Also, declare yourself to be an industry expert. If you're not already, then you probably are. You don't know exactly what it takes to be an industry expert until you tell everybody you know what you're doing. Let's take, for instance, if you are a chef. If you're a chef, for instance, you can turn around and say, I know how to make food for you every single day. Let me share that with you. Now, a lot of people say, no, you can't do that. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to give them all your secrets and all your ideas. No. Some people will want to be a chef. Most people will say, I need some catering to be done. Why don't we get that guy to do it? Think about the plumber stuff. I'm going to hire the very best people to work with me. So you need to look at how people can want to work with you. You need to be perceived as an industry leader. You need to be a high achiever and an expert in your field. People don't necessarily want to steal your stuff. If they do, fine. They're never going to be as good as you because it's not their natural talent. And the competition might watch what you're doing, but if you're already running ahead of the game and you keep reinventing, you stay ahead, it's not going to make any difference what they do. And also, talking about competition, why not consider partnerships? Because there's a formula for why people will pay you. I'll share that with you now. I was going to do it on another post. Maybe I'll do more on it later. But let me tell you right now. People pay you for two things. Firstly, the job that you do. Secondly, how cheaply they can replace you with somebody else. So that means don't be a generalist. Be a specialist. Choose what it is that you do so much better than anybody and charge them for just that bit. And as a result of that, people will want to work with you exclusively. So why does that mean talking to your competition? Talking to the people who want to put you out of business? Maybe they don't. But maybe what they specialize in is different to what you do. And if you put your partnership together, they can offer this, you can offer that. You're not in conflict because you can go for bigger clients because your delivery is better. Just contract who gets what and how it happens. It also means you can pull together your marketing budget and create something even better when it comes to taking your stuff out there into the field. Together, two companies might end up beating 40 other companies purely because you've got that brainstorming ability to check out and talk about ideas that maybe on your own you hadn't thought of. And talking about that, you've got your staff as well. Are you asking them questions or just being grumpy and sitting in your office? They probably know more insights about the industry from the people that they talk to, who might well be other industry experts who they socialize with, but you don't know. Find out the trends, find out what they would do. You never have to work on your own. And if you are a one-man band or one-woman band, you're thinking, yeah, well, that's easy if you've got staff. Well, think about it. Get together a mastermind group. Go to networking events. Make sure you connect to people who can help you, who will then give you referrals and be able to give you advice on their perception on the market. Now, not everybody is useful. Some people will waste your time. You've got to know exactly how to use your time. Because one thing is for sure, and I guarantee this, and this is something that my own mastermind partner, Darius Sudi, from the Be Unique group, and I talk about on a regular basis. Time is ticking away. You might be young, you might think you've got plenty of time, but before you know it, that same person looking in the mirror is going to be the same person with a lot more grey hair. Before I started this broadcast, I was listening to Prince, one of my all-time heroes, and the hits are flying out there. Purple Rain, Raspberry Beret, Kiss, you name it, Let's Go Crazy, all those amazing hits. But he passed away this year. Muhammad Ali, David Bowie, Alan Rickman. That's my alarm going off to say that I've got to go and do some work now. So before the end of the year, some of our biggest heroes and heroines will disappear. And also people who aren't the big stars, people who are related to us who we know very well, may no longer be with us. Maybe even you. Are you leaving a legacy? Are you creating the justified existence that you've had? If you aren't, you're saying, well, you know, I don't want to be that famous. That's fine as well. But what will live on after you? And also, even if you don't really care about that, because you're going to say, well, I'm dead, or I got to heaven, or whatever it is you decide is your next stage, think about this. Are you getting the most out of every single day? Every day when you go to bed, do you think, I've had the very best that I've had? I couldn't do any more? Well, if not, then maybe you need to be looking at it better. In the future, I'll share some more techniques about how to streamline your day, how to get more people to help you and coach you and mentor you for free, and also how you can reinvent yourself every single day to feel happier just doing the same stuff as you used to do before. But that's enough of me talking. Incidentally, if you're wondering, you know, why does Dave do this? Who's watching this kind of thing? Well, yesterday, when I talked about Father's Day and working to be a great dad, hello Maya, she's already at school, so she's not watching. Yesterday, 12,000 people watched a video. Now you're going to turn around and tell me that these don't work? Think about your own industry. Who wants to know your message? How would you like to tell everybody you're still here in business? You might not want to be in front of a camera, but maybe you should write a book. Maybe you should have a blog. Maybe there's other ways of doing it, or very simply hand it over to the experts and let them take care of it. Contact Ali at Be First. He'll look after you, I guarantee. Anyway, that alarm going off, the bit where the camera froze, I don't know if you heard the noise, but that's my signal to get myself into work. I've got a room full of regional managers waiting to hear about reinvention, the 10 rules of success, on how to plan your perfect day. They're going to go back to Africa and hopefully implement some amazing techniques that's going to put them ahead of the game. Now, whatever you do today is up to you. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and I wish you the very best of luck. Until then, have a wonderful day. All the very best, and goodbye from Abu Dhabi.